Today is January 4, 2015, and I have two LA Times articles here that should outrage you. They are both from January 1st, 2015. Here's the first one. It continues on the next part of the paper. And here's the article. It is titled, "A License to be Unafraid." Special driver's permits offer new freedom for tens of thousands of immigrants who are in the U.S. illegally. Do you see that right there? This government in California, the LA Times is claiming that they have passed a new law that gives freedom to illegal immigrants, people who are in violation of U.S. law, who are in violation of American sovereignty. They are being passed a law to give them freedom according to the newspaper. Now, I will show you at the end of this video why this is not freedom. Now, the reason why I am upset over this, as you will see here in the next article, this is from the same paper, from the same day. This is what they tell us. 930 new laws for 2015. Governor Brown signed measures on digital currency, breastfeeding, guns, immigration, plastic grocery bags, and the Confederate flag. So while illegal immigrants are getting laws passed for them that supposedly give them freedom, the citizens of California get to live under 930 new laws that did not exist before January 1st. Nothing this government does gives us freedom. They only take things away from us. They only give us new rules. They only give us new regulations. They want to ban free speech. They want to take our guns. They want to spy on us. They want to take away trial by jury. They want to have district attorneys come in and throw 50 years at us, or we just say we're guilty and take 5 years. They want to take it all from us. But the illegal immigrants, they get freedom. The average citizen gets more rules and regulations to live under. And as I said, these laws essentially take things from us. Can you name the last time any government official or lawmaker passed a law that gave the American citizen a new right, a new freedom, or gave us anything? I guarantee you, you cannot think of anything, because all these laws, like here, it says guns. They're not passing laws on guns to give us more gun freedom. They're passing laws to take guns away from us. Plastic grocery bags. They are banning plastic grocery bags in the store. This is all part of the nanny state. They do not pass laws to give us rights. They pass laws so there's more ways for them to extract money from us and more ways for them to imprison us. Now, idiots have said to me in the past, oh, well, we have Obamacare. Obamacare is not a freedom. Obamacare is the government telling you you have to purchase a product you may not otherwise normally purchase from a private corporation. That is fascism. That is not freedom. So Obamacare is slavery because they are forcing you to purchase a product that you may not otherwise purchase. So here's the story. Claudia Bedoya never leaves home without making a calculation. Is this trip worth the risk? That's something I do too, because we live in a giant police state, and that's something I have to think about, but they don't pass laws for me to make my life easier when I get into a car. Bedoya has a car but no driver's license. She hasn't been eligible for one in California, having never obtained legal immigration status since arriving from Mexico at age 10. If she were stopped by police, she could be fined hundreds of dollars for driving without proper documentation and have her car impounded. So she makes choices. A drive to the grocery store or to pick up her kids from school is deemed essential. Nearly everything else is not. It stops us from doing so many things like most people do, like driving to the beach or going to Magic Mountain, said Bedoya, 36, who is raising 5 U.S.-born children in Pomona. I don't even go to my kids' games because I'd rather not risk it. Beginning Friday, Bedoya will have a chance to change that when California becomes one of 10 states to allow immigrants in the country illegally to apply for special licenses. Supporters of the law say it will alter immigrants' attitudes toward law enforcement and increase levels of civic engagement. This is voting. This is what they mean when they say civic engagement. Anyone can go to their local city council and make a speech. It's all anonymous. This is not about any of that. This is about voting. The agency has been working for more than a year to prepare for the 1.5 million applications expected in the first 3 years of the program. So that's what this is all about. They are expecting 1.5 million applications for driver's licenses. And of course, that is an underestimated number because they don't want to tell us that it might be somewhere as high as 5 million or 10 million or whatever the number may really be. And the reason for that is, one, they have no idea, and two, they don't want to scare us, but this is how it works. It costs about $30 to get a driver's license. So multiply 30 by 1.5 million, and you have a very large number. That is money the state will be making as a result of this new law. An extra $141 million has been budgeted to handle the influx, with the DMV opening 4 new offices and hiring an additional 900 employees. So I've shown you this many times. This is yet another example of how the government creates jobs. They do not create jobs that are good for the economy. They create jobs that adds more bureaucracy, more red tape, more laws, opens more jails, and as I've covered many times on this channel, the new 900 employees will be Spanish-speaking employees because somebody has to communicate with the illegal immigrants when they walk up to the counter, which is one reason why the illegal immigrants are so much in favor of all this, because they believe they will get new bureaucratic jobs out of this. Democrats in the legislature who argue the program will improve traffic safety by requiring immigrants who are already driving to study the rules of the road. Just like education, you do not need a teacher to tell you what to read. Anybody can walk into a library and find reading material to teach themselves. Anyone can walk into the DMV, get the California DMV handbook, and study up on the laws and become a safe driver. This is their excuse for everything. Everything must be done in the name of safety because we live in a fear society in the United States of America. This is a whole new population of individuals who will now be entering the market and shopping for insurance. Well, gee, I wonder who really wrote the law. Just like Obamacare, the private insurance companies wrote the rules and the regulations. I bet the private insurance companies wrote this law here because it benefits them more than anybody else. Ascension Jimenez, who hauls metal to junkyards in his small Nissan truck, says he has paid about $6,000 in traffic tickets, including for multiple violations for driving without a license. In the 18 years since he came illegally from Mexico, he has avoided driving after dark, knowing that it takes no more than a broken taillight or a stop at a DUI checkpoint to attract the attention of police. Well, that sounds a lot like me, because I feel the same way, because I know that driving in the dark, that it takes no more than a broken taillight or a stop at a DUI checkpoint. That applies to everybody. And see how they do this? They are now normalizing the DUI checkpoint. It is a normal thing that when you drive in the dark that you may hit a DUI checkpoint. That's why they do these things. They want to make it normal so that when they want to roll it out full time, full scale, it's normal. I do this all the time. Jaime Garza, a spokesman for the DMV, said that the written license test is available in 31 languages, but there is not sufficient demand for tests in indigenous Mexican dialects. Those who do not speak English or Spanish can request a translator, he said. So here we go again. More people they have to hire. So more government jobs. Many in her community are excited about the opportunity to drive legally, but there are others who are wary of identifying themselves in any way to the government. Well, gee, I wonder why that is. Judy, a 41-year-old who came illegally from the Philippines and did not give her last name because she fears backlash from immigration authorities or her employers, said a license will give her more freedom. This is the biggest hypocrisy of this entire article. They are telling you that a license equals freedom. That could not be more farther from the truth, and that could not be more Orwellian. A license or a permit is asking the government permission to do something that would normally be legalized. That is not freedom. So right here, we have the Citizens Rulebook. You can buy these online. They have copies of the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, and other founding documents. And let's see what it says in here about permits and licenses. So this is a story about a man who's being beaten because he refuses to take a license from the British government, and he ends up being killed as a result of the beatings. So right here is everything that I am saying. A license often becomes an arbitrary control by government that makes a crime out of what ordinarily would not be a crime. It turns a right into a privilege. But right here, they are telling us that a license will give her more freedom. The LA Times is a communist, state-run newspaper. So I have talked about this to death on this channel. They are doing illegal immigration for many reasons. One reason being is I guess to grow the government. They are growing the Department of Motor Vehicles because they have to open up new offices, hire new employees so they can give all these licenses out. There are many other reasons why this is going on. One reason being is for legitimacy. They want these people voting. And as they just sold us in this article, they are telling us that a license gives us freedom. That could not be more far from the truth. So that's all for now. Grindall61 signing out.